So, Upwork or Fiverr.com, which one is best for virtual assistant? That is what we are going to talk about in this video. Upwork and Fiverr.com, they are the giant in the marketplace, and so it's important for you to know which one you shall put all your energy and all your effort into. You can use all softwares, all platforms, every method of finding client, but knowing the best one to put your effort and energy into, especially if you are just getting started, is very important. And I'm going to share with you a complete overview of how Fiverr.com works, and also a complete overview of how Upwork.com works, and I'm also going to give you my personal opinion on which one you shall put all your energy into if you are a complete beginner and if you are offering virtual assistant services. Okay, let's start with Fiverr. How Fiverr works is, when you create your new account as a virtual assistant, you are going to create your account as if you are creating a portfolio. Your account is going to serve as your portfolio. So you are going to upload your profile image, you are going to add the skills that you have, you are going to write a description of yourself and the services you are offering, and you can also include any certification that you have. When you finish creating your account in Fiverr.com, you will create gigs. Those gigs are packages of the services that you are going to start offering to clients. And let's say you want to start virtual assistant as you are offering data entry services. So you will create a gig that the title will be, I will do data entry. You can say data entry for business coaches. I will do data entry for real estate investors. I will do general data entry tasks. This is how it works. You will have a title. The title will start with I will do. Then you fill out what you are going to do for client. And in the package, you are going to write a description of what you are offering with that package. I will do this, this and that. You will have a full description of what you are offering with that package. And then you can set a price. In Fiverr, you can set 3 pricing tiers. For example, you will say I am offering 1 hour of data entry service for $10. I am offering 5 hours. Next tier will be 5 hours of data entry for $50. Next will be 10 hours of data entry for $80. So that's how it works. You can set 3 pricing tiers for a package. And when someone is looking for someone to do data entry for them, they go to Fiverr and search for data entry. And they are going to find all gigs from freelancers that are offering data entry services. And they can open a few packages, a few gigs to find the one that they like the most. When a client finds the one they like the most, they send a message. They either send a message to the freelancer and start communicating, or they can just place an order. When they place an order, you as a freelancer, you as a virtual assistant, you are going to receive a notification and you start working on their project. So with this method, it doesn't take much time for you as a virtual assistant to work on Fiverr, because you just create your packages. And when a client needs your services, they just search and find the packages, as if you go to Amazon and search for a product. When you go to Amazon and search for microphone, you are going to find a lot of microphones. You open a few ones, you find the one you like the most, and then you just place an order, or you can send a message to the supplier. So that is how it works. A client is going to go to Fiverr, search for what they are looking for, and find a few gigs. They find the one they like, they either contact the virtual assistant, or they just place an order. So if you take a look at this process, it is going to be hard for a complete beginner to find client, because if I search for data entry, I will find a lot of gigs from other freelancers, other virtual assistants who are offering data entry services, and the ones that are going to be at the top, they are probably level 2 and level 1 sellers and top rated sellers. And they probably have a few 5-star reviews. In some cases, they have thousands of 5-star reviews. So you as a complete beginner, you haven't completed any project, you have no previous reviews, it will be very hard for a potential client to send you a message to even consider hiring you, compared to if you have a way to send them your proposal. Few months ago, I think it was like a year ago, Fiverr have a buyer request, which is a tab where you will go, instead of a client to search for data entry, they can post a project. They can post a request that they are looking for someone to do X and X for them, and that is called buyer request. And you can go to buyer request and see all the requests from client. If you find the one that you can do, you can send them a proposal. So this is the easiest way for new virtual assistant to find client on Fiverr. I found my first virtual assistant client on Fiverr using this method, but they get rid of that feature some time ago. A few months ago, they get rid of that feature, and for that reason it becomes very hard for new virtual assistant to find client. They do replace that feature with buyer brief, where a buyer can just post a project, but freelancers and virtual assistants are not going to see the project. Only Fiverr will see the project, and they will find other freelancers that they feel that they are good for the project, and they will send you a brief. If you can deliver on that brief, then you can send the client your proposal. But that is a lot less effective in finding clients for new virtual assistant. And this is just my opinion really, but based on the changes that I have seen in Fiverr recently, I feel more and more that Fiverr is not the best option for beginners to virtual assistant or freelancing in general. But if you are offering some kind of creative work, something to do with like maybe graphic, then it might still be a good option for you, because you can create a nice and very attractive thumbnails for your gigs, and you can create amazing and attractive sample project that you can include in your portfolio, and that could attract potential client. But if you are doing something like content writing, something that you cannot show something very attractive, then it is going to be extremely hard for you as a complete beginner. Okay, now let's talk about Upwork. How Upwork works is you create your account, your virtual assistant account, you upload your picture, your description, the entire description of everything that you offer for client, and you include any certification that you have. And with Upwork, you can import testimonials. So if you haven't done any work on Upwork, but you work for other people off of Upwork, you can import their testimonial to Upwork. And you can include your educational history, educational background, and any other job history that you have. So there are a lot of things to add in Upwork compared to Fiverr. And when you finish creating your accounts in Upwork, you can create packages like similar to the gigs on Fiverr, but that rarely work on Upwork. I've never really used that feature, but so that's something that you don't need to worry about, especially if you are just getting started. So you create your account, and when you finish creating your account, Upwork are going to give you 50 free connect. That connect is what you are going to use to find client. Okay, when you finish creating your account, you fill out every necessary detail, you have your account ready. The way to find client is you search. You do a search on Upwork, you search for a specific keyword. If you are offering data entry services, you just search for data entry, and you will find all the clients that posted a job looking for data entry virtual assistant. And you go through the jobs, you find the one that you can deliver, you send your proposal. So the reason why this method is easier to find client is, even if you have no skills, no experience, you have the opportunity to write an amazing and very attractive proposal that can start a conversation between you and your potential client. And when you send them your proposal, then they can check out your portfolio. If they like your portfolio and your sample project, then they can send you a message, you start a conversation, and you have a higher chance of getting your first client. And in Upwork also, client can do a search to find freelancers and invite them to interview. But that is also really not a very effective way of finding client if you are just getting started. The downside of using Upwork is you have to use Connect to send proposals. They give you 50 free connect when you create your account. When you start sending proposals, some jobs require 8 connect, some require 16 connect, some even require more than 20 connect to apply for a job. And so when your connect exhausted, you have to buy connect. You have to pay to get connect in order to apply for jobs. But if you can utilize the 50 free connect that they give you initially, then you have a chance of finding your first client with that free connect, so that you can use the money you get on the platform to buy more connect to find more clients. So overall, my personal opinion, Upwork is best for beginners to virtual assistant. It will be a lot easier for you to find client on Upwork compared to using Fiverr.com, except if you are a graphic designer, if you are offering something related to graphic design, something creative that you can show a potential client, something that they cannot resist. Then you can use Fiverr to create amazing and very attractive thumbnails for your gigs, and that will also attract potential client. Overall, if you are offering something like data entry, content writing, Upwork is the best way to go. If you find the video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you in the next video.